Hello everyone and welcome to our League match of the week from the Summer League in Europe. It's table 5 here with King of Jokes and Ashun playing, two guys from Italy. Let's have a warm welcome to Kral, who's hosting the stream today. Hello.
Hi everybody. Feel like I'm a permanent fixture almost.
Okay. So what we see is that we have Ashun's deck here with on the blue side with a totally Taulot strategy here, and even picking the outsider Kotlik, the Kotlik outsider, and having on the other side King of Jokes with a mixed deck through Taulot and mostly the Kurumo faction, and having the Dark Vigilante as his outsider picked. So we just would start flipping the cards, the victory cards, and send them a go.
Alright.
Yep. Let's see what we have here.
So we'll flip these up and let's pull them up on the big screen.
So that's the sign for them to start up. We've got Onslaught, Tactician, and the Tamer, which is quite a good mixture of some control victory conditions and an aggro victory condition like defeating 3 enemy heroes, which is Onslaught. Tactician win the lead of a control token 6 times, and the Tamer defeat 2 enemy heroes using an outsider. And it looks like Ashun is picking a lot of the Ancestor as his outsider in the game, and the first pick, so first player, will be Ashun, and Tlakali seems to be one of his core heroes, as well as on King's side, Tlakali is in the core, as well as Hogosai picked now. There goes Nelaklin for Ashun and Kotlik.
Looks like Kotlik's going to be pulling double duty today.
Yeah, a lot of the Ancestors, and as, let's say, a normal hero in the game. And on King's side, we've got Akimo and Akla, which seems to be quite aggressive. So they're cleaning up a bit. Maybe we should think about, tinting the heroes, okay, which has happened right now. Thanks, King.
Of course, anything to make it a tad easier.
So the players are picking their first hand cards. Let's see what they're doing with the mulligan, possibly. If there's anything. Okay, there goes the only charm Ashun has in his deck, as I remember correctly, and the Thorn Roots. And so he's going to mulligan at least 2 cards. Okay, there goes the Sinkhole. And 3 new cards for Ashun. So the only frenzy we will probably see will be on the side of King, because he's the one with some frenzy giving cards in the deck.
We'll just clean up King's life token. Just prompt him to delete the ones that he's not playing.
So just the first move by Ashun, activating Tlakali and moving outside into the right lane. Warship action, placing a pillar So quite classic move for Tlakali, protecting some minions. And yeah, attacking the minion right on the control token, which is control token 2 on this side. That was the first activation.
Seems like a pretty standard Tlakali opening, and we're probably going to see the exact same thing here.
I will prognose that, yeah, King will position Tlakali more offensive, as, for example, in that position that Ashun has placed his Tlakali. She could be pushed away 1 hex and so be outside of the control token. So the same thing on the other side, move, warship, and probably an attack action, or maybe a lead from hand. So that he gets, yeah, leads. He will lead from the deck.
Alright, so we've got a blind lead.
Yeah. Bit surprising. So Nelaklin is on the move on Ashun's left side, activating. And yeah, maybe also warshipping, placing a pillar, I suppose.
I wonder how many pillars we're going to see litter this board by the end of the match.
As there isn't any max now in the game with the new rulings, with the new rules, so no, probably we see more than 4 per side.
Well, interestingly though, Tlakali's protective right ability does trigger off enemy pillars as well. So that's one thing the players can obviously exploit in a sense, with both lanes already being fully protected by both Tlakalis.
Yeah, but she still needs to have a line of sight to one of her own pillars, to one of her friendly pillars, so to this ability work. But with Ishatosk on Ashun's side, placing pillars nearly everywhere on the battlefield seems really helpful.
Same with Nelaklin. Nelaklin wants his pillars everywhere so he can cast power cards through them.
So we see a move and a skirmish by Hogosai now on King's side, and warshipping on Tlakali. So a marked hero in line of sight of Hogosai has a reduced armor value of -1. So Tlakali's armor now is worthless. So maybe that's the introduction for the first kill King is trying, through Akla or through Akimo maybe.
Oh,
as he would need it.
Could even just pile on with both.
Yeah. So Ashun now is moving in Kotlik into the dome, warshipping, placing a pillar.
And running us out of all the pillar tokens already.
Okay, and he really wants that dome because he's leading from the hand. So generally that's a 3 mana card.
It's gonna make the players some more pillars.
They could need them.
They could. Probably. We'll just be better safe than sorry.
Oh. Okay, next hero activating is Akimo. The move action, will we see the skirmish action? Yeah, there goes the skirmish action. Ashun seems to be thinking about the reaction. Okay, passes. And the skirmish damage is 0 through Synchro, so nothing happens to Tlakali, and there's an attack, which Ashun now countered a bit through playing Impervious onto Tlakali, and then she gains 2 armor. So okay, and there we have the smelt armor. So those
counter
2
the impervious.
armor go away. Yeah. So that one card ignores the other. There goes the attack, which I didn't see the first card.
The
But
first card was a dodge.
reduces,
+0.
but reduces her life points by half.
And now we're going to see a strength over pain to apply frenzy.
Ooh.
And use the new frenzy rules, where it's no longer costing a action point to frenzy.
So he has a 4th action. +1/+1, so it's
another healthy 6 damage. Oh, it's very much hurt Tlakali that's not going to be saving anytime soon.
Yeah. So the skirmish action through Akla could be enough to just kill Tlakali and take out of the game. So Ishatosk is activating as the last hero here by Ashun. So until now he didn't have the chance to soak the damage as he's supposed to as a tank. So I'm wondering what he's thinking about. Okay, moves.
He might be looking to block Akla's path to Tlakali.
Yeah, but until now the path is free. A warship action. Okay, placing a pillar between Ishatosk and Tlakali, and then a lead. Okay, so he is suggesting maybe that Tlakali will die. However, this will go out through the first round, and then he has got at least a blind lead through Ishatosk. So
Yeah,
will we see the
good to
first
have a
kill in
backup.
the match? So will we see then the first kill, maybe through Akla?
I think that's probably high on King's to-do list, is remove Tlakali.
It would be first token on Onslaught. Yeah, there's a move. Skirmish, so he will move, yeah, between, whoops, between Hogusai and Akimu, and then deal 0 damage. So he has to spend another attack, or I don't think there's anything in hand. Okay. He misclicked, however.
I think he's probably meaning to do an attack, but we'll see.
Yeah, for sure. So there's +1/+1 again. It's at least 4. So
yeah,
there's the first kill. But he had to spend 3 heroes doing this, or yeah, having the effect of hero kill. So we are now in minion phase.
Yep, we'll go to a nice
resolving lane number 1.
Which one is lane number 1? The left.
I think Ashun won this by a difference of 1.
Yep.
Because there were 2 blind leads on both sides, and was only a 1 mana card on King's side and a 2 mana card on Ashun's side. So it's the first point for Ashun on Tactician. So
now the minions aren't going to play nice with the pillar there.
Yeah, so the positioning in real life is really easier.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about game physics engines.
Yeah. Okay, so Ashun even won on token number 2 against 3 heroes and 1 minion. There in the end was no lead. Yeah, and as I assumed, okay, he spent Nelaklen's ultimate to be sure of getting the dome, but now has already 3 points on Tactician, and a lot of the Ancestors is coming into play now.
Never a bad use of an ultimate turn 1 if you can kind of guarantee yourself a lead on something like Tactician, especially when you've just won all 3 control points.
Yeah, it's half the way now.
Yeah, I guess the only fear is if you can kill a hero on turn 1 with 1 mana across the board. What's to stop you killing 2 heroes with 2 mana across the board?
Okay. Attacking a minion? Yeah, attacking a minion. Spawning a minion. So really putting pressure on Ashun's on his left side.
Yep.
And he even puts one of the minions from the other side. I'm not really sure if he can choose a friend, play the edges into another friend. Okay, then he can choose where to put this. Okay. So round 2. And Ashun still has the Skytear Flux.
That he does.
So probably a 3 mana card possibly could be played through him. The king now has to decide which cards he will drop aside. So there goes the dodge. Okay, Gathering Storm on Nelaklen. So taking 2 cards, drawing 2 cards. So on the other lane where we have Kimo, Akla, and Jones. Okay. He's moving, Nelaklen. Warship action. I think there goes another pillar near the minions. Okay. Removing the pillar adjacent to Ishatosk, the other lane.
Yep.
Placing
gonna clear his mana.
Yeah, and to clear his mana, yeah. So a bit curious now what he's going to do, because he may cast power cards from that point. So he could, call the pack. Makes sense on that side as Ah, okay. No, he is casting it through his position, really, through Nilaklen's position, and wow, that's a
A
lot of
lot of
minions.
minions.
7 minions plus a blind lead and Nilaklen. So it's 8 plus whatever, at least 9 on that side against only 2 minions and Lakali. So that's a big pressure. And the rest of the King's team hanging around on control token number 2. And the next point is, if Akla or Akimo would activate now, as they are adjacent to Ishatosk, they would get slow through his passive Unstable Ground, as Ishatosk has line of sight to a friendly pillar. So that could be a bummer as well.
But it is interesting because King now has an extra activation. He could always just activate Wakali and Hogasai and then see where Ixatos ends up as to who's going to get slow, if anyone.
That's true, but I would assume that Ashun would use his movement and a skirmish to get inside all the 3 in the best case, and closer to the control token to even get pressure on that one, because he's just soaking damage, then slowing the enemy, and he could just jump. Maybe if we see another pillar placement, just jump around the corner and get on the other lane. So there won't be any harm for Ashun if he just leaves with Ixatosk as well.
No, definitely not.
Lane number 2. Yeah. So, and he could. Yeah, he could, removing a pillar there. Okay, so King is worshipping with whom? I didn't really get. Who is
Hogasai worships.
Hogosai is worshipping on Ishatosk. So he may trigger his ability then. Enemy hero loses 1 plus a card HP. Piercing damage. And Hogosai loses the same amount. And there's another ultimate flipped.
The very dead minion as well.
Yeah, more than that minion. It's really an overkill. Just blasts in pieces. So there's a lead from hand on Hogosai. Okay. So which maybe helps Ishatos to get inside those 3 heroes. To even block Hogosai for the next round. But yeah, let's see. Because now, as Ishatosk is in line of sight of Hogosai, his armor is reduced by 1, so 1 armor left, and Akimo attacking him. Yeah, okay, Ishatosk activating. What's he thinking about? He's pointing on Akla.
And declaring an attack.
I think so, yes. So it's Ishatosk ultimate, so 5 damage in total. Skirmish.
No damage.
0 damage. Yeah. Ah, okay. Inside the dome. And elite. So I would assume that he maybe leaves with Kotlik. Will leave the dome with Kotlik.
Well, it means that Ixotosk has his armor back now, so.
Yeah, that as well. As he loses the mark. But maybe he will stay with Kotlik as well in the dome to win the dome. Because Nelaklin on the other side of the map has everything in hand. A lot of pressure there ongoing. And yeah, King has the problem that even if he wins the other side, let's say his left side, so control token 2 on this side, sorry, he won't deal any damage to the tower right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could win a control token, so this would help him defending. Okay, Akimo's activating. A skirmish action. And okay, there's a snow blind. I think, yeah, as it is a blue card, yeah, through Ishatosk. And yeah, he would hit Hogosai, Akna, and yeah, and Akima as well. So there's a disarm on all three of them.
Looks like there's
Okay,
no response from
no.
King either.
I couldn't imagine any. So yeah.
I think the only answer that King really has for that is dodge, just to get a hero out of the way.
Yeah. And he dropped the dodge. At least one. He dropped it now starting round 2.
And he flipped one on in turn 1, so I think he's out of dodge.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, round 1 normally is is faster than the other rounds, as you generally know where you're going and know how your heroes work. But now, this is always the turn when my head starts to smelt. My brain starts to smelt, as the possibilities get even bigger with doubled mana. Let's say there goes an attack.
Oh.
With a +3 on Ishatosk. Okay, but which in the end only deals 2 damage. And there's a blind lead from the deck inside the dome. Okay, and the disarm goes away. Yeah, disarm really hurts. Okay, Kotlik is activating on Ashun's side and attacking Akimo. See if there comes a reaction. Crawling darkness. Crawling darkness. So disarm and slow for Kotlik. And then Kotlik flips a -1.
Not the biggest hit in the world.
No. Worship action. And placing another pillar inside the dome. But let's say on the other side. And elite from the deck. And that was Ashun's turn so far. He's out of heroes now, so see Akla activating.
Can't forget that Akla's gonna get slow.
Yeah, adjacent. He doesn't need to be a target or on line of sight, so adjacent just helps. So skirmish. Let's see. Will he even flip the card for the skirmish? Thinking. Okay, he takes the action back. Warship. That's
the wrong token king.
yeah. Okay, brain smelting on king. Okay. Goes warship, then after that follows the skirmish. I don't exactly know why he places it over there.
I
Okay,
think
he didn't. Yeah.
I would guess it's so that if Tlakali respawns and goes back to that lane, there's a high chance she's adjacent to that pillar, and then Akla can just shoot her from the dome.
But only if he has line of sight to one of his own pillars.
Yeah, but he could always
which
just
is not
drop
the
one.
case until now. Yeah. But this is not the case until now. So let's see what Tlakali will do on King's side. Jeez. Okay, move. She moves backwards. The cover hex will attack probably a minion. No, he won't. Okay. Taking back the action. Didn't see the move, no? Okay. Just restart.
Going back
okay. Reset. Mind reset. So there's a warship action. Yeah, that's probably helpful because Nelaklin or Ashun will win on this side for sure, and so a pillar for Tlakali could be helpful. Okay, reducing the pressure by 1 minion and playing a blind lead from the deck. And that's it for turn 2 hero phase.
Yes, we're all out of
I assume.
heroes.
Yeah. So starting with minion phase. Let's see how they count up on lane 1. 3 without cards on lane 1.
Yep, it's going to be interesting to see what the blind leads come in at.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about, but
That's right, we'll give them a moment.
Yeah. Or will there be a reaction for the end of activation? Yeah, they're talking about something. Normally, when you talk, you as well move your your mouse around, so it's like talking hands. Okay. Are they counting the pillars? Guys, there is no pillar max, so let's work. Okay, there is a slide. As Tlakali until now isn't exhausted, so what is happening? King, I think King is trying to play, let's say, a shenanigan, a slide on Ishatosk, or yeah. Okay.
Maybe to push him up, maybe not.
Yeah, I think he wanted to, but he didn't. But he could have, I think, as a reaction before exhausting Tlakali.
Yes.
So it's both heroes had a blind lead, 3 mana.
Yep.
Yeah, that pillar is
Now we're
well
just going to have
positioned.
the physics issues again, trying to get minions onto the
Mhm.
pillar.
Even on the pillar now, stacking pillar, and yeah, that's horrible. It's horrible. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. But it's a physics simulation, so just don't be too nasty about that. We have now the opportunity to play around the world with other Skytear players. Even yeah, World Championship incoming.
Yeah.
So there's a 3 mana lead on Hogosai. And whoops.
A very big win.
Yeah. Yeah. Closing into the right tower, viewed by Ashun's side. But not that big pressure as on the other side.
No.
It's for against 2 minions. And then we have a 2 mana lead, blind lead inside the dome. And a 3 mana lead inside the dome. So this goes to King.
Yep, by 1.
Yeah.
That was quite important, I feel.
Yeah. As he can use a lot of the ancestors to turn this thing in terms of minions a bit around. He can spawn a friendly minion.
Yeah. There's a chance that he can swing that lane by 3 by killing a minion, spawning a minion, and moving a minion from the other lane. So
Yeah.
I guess the real question is, can King draw a Dragon Punch when he needs it?
Or does he have it on hand? As he isn't the first player and can't play Skytear Flux. So there's the next ultimate. Akla's ultimate has been flipped right now, killing a minion, which is the next overkill, blasting this minion away.
Yep.
Did he already spawn a minion? I think so. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there are 3 minions.
Yep.
So third action would probably be taking 1 minion from lane number 2 over to lane number 1 to just get the pressure off.
It looks like that's what he's thinking about.
Yeah. Thinking about picking that one. Counting again and again. 3, 4, 7. I'm counting 7 minions on Ashun's side, plus Nelaklen, which who only has to. No, he is in range already. Yeah, he's in range already.
Alright. Like we thought, he's going
Okay.
to transfer a minion across.
Okay, and push it back there, so Nelaklen won't reach it as easy. Okay, so Ashun's Lakali is back in play. Where will he put her? Will he use her to push back a little on his right side, or what will you see? What do you think?
Well, I think he has to be worried that she may just die straight up again because of Cleric Chemo just teaming up on her again. But his left lane looks all but assured that he's going to win unless King can get over there with a red hero and Dragon Punch half those minions.
Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, sorry.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Tlakali potentially just go into the dome and just try and pile on to win the dome as well.
Just to win by tactician.
Yeah, he's only 2 off.
The difficulty I see here with a bit more aggro on on King's side, you need to really have to do both kills on this round now, round 3.
Well, King
you have
King has just reshuffled his deck. I'm not sure, I didn't see if he reshuffled before drawing or after drawing, but he's reshuffled, so there's a chance that he comes across Hokusai's ultimate as well.
What really hurts is that he flipped Akla's ultimate right now away with the attack by the Lord of the Ancestors. So we maybe can be pretty sure that he doesn't have it in hand now, because even reshuffling the deck, the possibilities are downsizing a bit, let's say. So this would be a fine option because, for example, Nelaklen is adjacent to a pillar that belongs to King's team.
Yeah.
And just reducing HP to the half and then pulling out that ultimate would help a lot.
And we definitely know that Akla is capable of just taking 7 health off a hero with no armor.
So let's see now. Okay. And Ashun isn't doing any crazy stuff with his deck, so no yellow cards for Nelaklen, so no redirect or anything. And then it could have been difficult to counter Akla's ultimate, but probably not even in King's hand, so just speculating. Okay. First hero to go in round number 3 is Kotlik, and he's playing his ultimate, My Kingdom. Whoa. That may hurt a lot of minions, depending on where he will place the 2 new pillars.
I don't even think the placement matters because every minion of King's that is adjacent to any pillar on the board is just about to die.
Yeah, so I think the only minion that will survive is the minion that King placed. No,
Nah,
that
not
one will
even.
survive.
Nope, there's a pillar there
Ah,
now.
because it is a pillar. Oh my god. That
That's
really hurts.
that's one way to do minion control. That's
Yeah, and
7 minions from one ultimate.
we see, let me count, 4, 6, 7 green pillars here and 3 red ones. So the new max already hurts your opponent if you
Yep.
can use it. Whoa. Okay. There goes a warship action, removing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 pillars. And this really will hurt. Because I could assume that maybe he has a granite skin or something.
The +1 skirmish for each pillar removed.
So 7 plus.
But we're going
Ouch.
straight to a skirmish from the looks of things.
Yeah, and Akla would be my first target. He has no armor.
Yeah.
So just skirmishing, it's just 1 hex. And then you really blast him away. As Akla is already reduced to 10 HP. Yeah. They could really take out Akla now. Let's see, they're discussing some. Okay, there goes a sinkhole played by Ogusai. Okay. Now this is really interesting because he has to place that AoE inside 2 hexes. So he will place it, let's say, adjacent to himself. Okay.
Actually, that's not a bad way to do it.
Yeah.
Because
He moves Ishatosk out. Kotlik, and Kotlik has to. It's. Yeah. Ah, okay. Okay, now we see the pinged field hexes. So Kotlik won't reach. At least he won't reach Akla.
Yeah.
So then
Kotlik is now in the center of the AoE.
Yeah, sinkhole always is something you have to deal with generally when you play against Howlot. Yeah, let's see. So he could, but he could still move 1 hex to stay inside the AoE and to hit a chemo.
There's always that possibility.
So what are they rethinking?
Maybe just the positioning of heroes. Ah.
Yeah, he can. Okay.
Changing the center point.
Changing his mind. Yeah, he can target his own hex.
Yep.
Yeah, he can target his own hex to do that. It's a target hex within 2 hexes, so he can target Hogusai's hex, I think.
Yep. So he's targeting either Hogusai's hex or the cover hex just above Hogusai, but then the AoE still hits all those hexes that he's pinged.
So now he's trying to separate a bit Ishatosk and Kotlik, I think.
And there we go.
Okay.
There's the granite skin.
Yeah, Skytear Flux has been used, so 4 mana spent for Kotlik in round 3 with a granite skin. So as he has line of sight to friendly pillar, there's another armor. So that's my weakness now, having the math right. So
Yep.
is it a 9+? A 9+ now?
9 is my math, and just quickly for the chat, because Sinkhole targets a hex, you can then place the AoE from that hex. So if he targets Hogoside hex or the cover hex, he can just then place the AoE into the dome.
So we see an Akimo reduced HP from 15 to 6. Okay, and the reaction by Akla was playing Smelt Armor on Kotlix to reduce the possible damage a bit. And
like
lastly, an attack on Akimo, I think.
Seems like Smelt Armor has been a very good last minute change for King of Jokes already.
Yeah, I think that was the card that changed. And we have another reaction through Akla with a slide, so Kotlix's attack just fizzles as he isn't in reach.
Yep. Poor Kotlik being bullied and moved around.
Okay, but still a disadvantage for King, as now he has no minions on either side, and he has only 3 cards on hand as well.
Yes.
So less possibilities to react. The lead, I think, is I don't think that he will lead from hand this round. Could be necessary for Tlakali just to maybe reduce a bit the damage, but 3, you can't do anything about it. Tlakali can't play Dragon Punch, so as it's a red card and Tlakali has the blue mana rune. Yeah, that won't work. And Ashun now has an Asia Tusk positioned quite well for on his right side to even get the control point. Yeah. Another brain smelting pause, I think.
Oh, there's a lot of hard decisions to be made.
It's really, can you do the onslaught? I don't think so. That the option is really there. I think it could be possible, but you still have to kill Tlakali with 1 armor, full HP. The Lachlan smells fast, but still have to get him.
I have a feeling that Tlakali maybe just abandons lane number 1 completely. Because the only important thing is King has to make sure he wins 2 of the control tokens this turn to have another turn to finish Onslaught.
So King, on his side of the view, he needs to get control at least of the dome and of his left lane, which is lane number 2.
Yep.
To stay in game, so Ashun could only possibly get the dome, win the dome, and then have 5 points on Tactician, and probably King with 4 points. Yeah, so that could be another round. We see Akimo activating. Skirmish outside the dome.
Yep. Doesn't worry about filtering a card.
No damage. So warship action, marking Ishatusk.
Yep.
And an attack. I think, against Ishatosk.
Yes, well, Ixatosk has one less armor now. Because Hogosai is right there.
Yes. And Akimo has +1 attack, so 5 plus 2 cards, which you will flip for an attack.
Yep, that's my math.
And there goes an impervious on Ishatosk to get to 3.
And then another
It's
smelt
another
armor.
smelt. It's the game of putting armor and smelting armor, I think. So it's really a big ability of Taulot, I think, to get this strength, let's say, or the armor value.
I have a feeling people are going to be re-evaluating smelt armor after this.
Okay, 6 damage dealt. Oh, 6 HP lost in total. And there goes a strength over pain, leaving Akimo with 4 HP. And okay, and nourish on Ishatosk, I think, to
Give him a
get
little
him
bit
back
more health back.
to HP. Yeah. Oh man. +2.
Ooh,
Whoops.
King throwing away
Flying
his
crawling
card.
darkness. I don't need that card. So leaving Ishatosk with 2 HP. Okay, I couldn't imagine really Ishatosk being the target. So then let's see. Hogosai could finish the job even with this arm, I think. Maybe have the possibility. As
Second strength over
Ishatosk
pain.
has 1. Yeah. Wow, only 1 card left. Okay, this now's interesting. Granite Skin on Ishatosk, played by Ashun. So he now has 2 armor, I think. He normally has 2 armor, but through the mark by
Putting Akimo down to 1 health.
Pooh. And entering the dome. A warship action. Okay, placing a pillar near the middle of the dome. Okay, it's just removing that pillar, so he could just move, over there. And take Kotlik with him. So he has got 2 heroes blocking Akla's way. That's interesting, yeah. So, whoops. Sorry, didn't want to mark. So this is now blocking Akla's way onto Nelaklin. If you know what I mean, or where I want to go, maybe. So if you could take out maybe with Hogosai, Ishatosk, and then path through there with Akla and even have Tlakali in hand at last to finish Nelaklin, then you've then there's a win by onslaught, probably. Which could be King's target. But still, yeah, and neither Kotlik nor Ishatosk will activate. So they are exhausted and they're really in the way, let's say, blocking the way.
Yeah, it's definitely blocking the way.
So even Tlakali could activate now, take out Akimo at least, so Ashun gets a point on onslaught, but maybe more interesting to win the lane as well. 1 point, 2 points. King has to win. Has to win the at least 2 control points.
Yep.
Yeah. So okay, Akla is activating, so now he's got the problem that he will... Okay, he's attacking Ishatosk, killing Ishatosk, but I think they lost a thing because... Yeah. He has to put slow first, because it's a thing that triggers on activation.
Yep. Not okay.
Yeah. So he gets the slow before being able to attack Ishatosk. So, as I remember correctly, there could be now that he drew 2 cards. There could be something in hand like Unstoppable, so he gains fast and frenzy for
The only
Akla,
hero with
maybe.
mana is Tuakali though.
But he's out of mana now, so. And for Tlakali, that isn't interesting because she's got a blue mana rune and not a red mana rune. Let's see.
Might be that Hello has just interrupted King's plans a little bit.
The slow, you mean?
Yes, the slow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I assume so. Because now the path would be free, so you move and then you skirmish at least. Yeah, he could warship and deal at least 1+ a card damage to Nelaklen from there where he is. Okay, attack. What is he doing? It looks like
skirmish.
He's not dealing any damage.
2 hexes. No flip.
And a lead. That's a blind lead. Okay, it's like Harley's activating skirmish. Oh. Okay. 1 damage on Nakimo. Yeah, that was what we were assuming. So there. Yeah. Did he draw 2 cards?
Yes. He drew the last 2 cards of his deck.
Mm-hmm. And now he's playing a Gathering Storm. So 4 cards in hand. Yeah. Warship action. Okay. There goes a pillar. To protect those minions, maybe? Or to at least have the ability. Okay, and a blind lead from deck. So 2 activations left for King in this round. Ogusai is out of mana. And Tlakali is still with full mana, but let's say she's not the killer, the assassin,
No,
let's say, with
but
2+ the card damage.
there's a chance she may have no option but to be the killer.
Okay, and Hogosai is skirmishing in.
Attacking the pillar.
Attacking the pillar. Okay. And bleed. Okay. Nelaklin. Nelaklin has been activated. He's going to move. Okay, really inside or next to the tower and onto the control token. Inside of the action, let's say. Lead from the deck.
Just wants to be the center of attention.
Mm-hmm. So one action left. Maybe an attack on Tlakali or another warship action. Attack on Tlakali. Okay, there it goes. So 3 damage, I assume.
That's
yeah,
my math.
Yeah, down
well.
to down to 13. So last but not least, Tlakali. Oh, and there goes a Thorn Roots by Nelaklin, so she can't move. Okay, the move has been cancelled through Thorn Roots, then she has to skirmish. There's only one action left, and this will be a lead. And oh no, it will. It's the skirmish +3. So on Kotlik, no. Oh no, he's dealing the damage to Nelaklin before moving. Okay, now I get it. So Nelaklin down to 11 HP. So what's next?
I would guess that there's probably a lead to get the outsider.
Kotlik has no lead, so a lead from the deck should be fine. Yeah, Kotlik is without a lead. So then we will see. Okay. This one goes obviously to Ashun.
Yep.
And for sure he will destroy the tower and move the control token next to the Nexus. So big pressure here, losing the game through a defeated Nexus for King.
Well, it'd actually trigger Tactician first, because he'd win the control point to win Tactician before we even have to worry about destroying a Nexus.
It's really another bad feeling you have when you look at your battlefield and you have a ton of minions.
Ooh.
Okay, so there's
Harley with a blind 3.
Blind 3, ouch. So I think that will be the win. Is that correct?
My math says it is as well.
5, 6. So 1, 2. Yeah, it's a tactician. Yeah. So wow. But still, I think close game?
Yep. I think what we'll do is we'll jump over to Discord and join the players and have a chat to them about this game. So we'll be with the players in just a sec.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi. Good game. The smelt armor works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried.
Definitely, it definitely
Hey.
looks like it.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yep.
Congratulations, Ashun.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great game. Sadly, my deck isn't good at all with tactician, and I was hoping that there wasn't tactician, but there is a slot, so I'm pretty happy with that. I was talking about Ashun that when he disarmed, I don't remember, I think Akimo.
Yes.
I had in my hand Smelt Armor and Frenzy, and I ran 3 Clear Minds against the Disarm, and I didn't have in that time the Clear Mind. If I had that, I could have killed Ixatosk, and maybe in this turn it would. Guy is Ogozai, but you can he can lose only one armor, and based on last game played by Ashun, I imagine that he would have played both Ixatos and Kotlik and the skirmish that helps out. So I decided the last second to run to Smelt Armor, and I think they worked pretty well against a big armor deck. So I didn't run any mage, and I'm quite happy. They performed well.
Okay. So, Crow, there seems to be a problem that this can't be heard on stream.
I'll give me 1 minute. I'll try to fix this. I don't even know. I don't think my mic.
Test. So maybe somebody can hear us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just waiting for crowd's feedback.
He's linking me whereby.
I hope that's fixed.
So we have to go on whereby.
I think my microphone's working on whereby, but Giacomo, you're there.
Okay, so I will go whereby. Non ho capito.
Io sto entrando lì.
Ok, allora vai.
I'm hoping that we've got some audio back now. I think maybe.
Hello?
Hi. I'm hoping that that's fixed my audio. Maybe.
So I can hear you.
Okay.
Clear.
All right. Perfect. I
Now,
don't
if
know what
it's
happened.
on the stream, so we just
No,
need a.
Giacomo's saying that now we can hear. Sorry, I don't actually know what happened there. That was very odd, but apparently Discord hates my audio input for some reason.
So yeah, for some technical issues, we couldn't get the audio or the discussion we had on Discord right now.
Okay.
On the stream, so we try to recap it another time. Just so let's say, for you, King, what was your highlight of the game or your turning point?
Yeah, the turning point was since I hate tactician with my deck, so I think I was pretty happy about Onslaught. So the turning point was I know now with the new frenzy. Pretty much all the decks runs disarm, so I have 3 clear minds in my deck against disarm. I tried to mulligan it, but I didn't find anyone of the 3. And the point where Ixatosk Shadow Blind both Akla and Akimo across the dome pretty much destroy all my plans, because I know that the lane number 1 is completely fucked, so I have to maintain the hero advantage to resist at least until turn 4 to onslaught someone. And I didn't manage with the disarm because I didn't have the clear mind in my hand to kill Ixatosk turn 3, and that pretty much destroyed all my plans. But I'm pretty happy. I was told before also that at the last second I put to Smelt Armor a card that I think Ashun didn't predict that card. So because he plays full Taulot, and based on the last game he play both Ixatosk and Kotlik, so I guess he had some Impervious and Granite Skin in his deck. So I'm pretty happy how they worked, but that disarm without clear mind destroyed my plans. But I'm pretty happy about the game. I know that Ashun is one of the best players of Skytear, so I'm happy. So I lost, but it was a fun game with a great opponent.
I feel like you've made everybody take another look at Smelt Armor and how helpful it can be now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So going over to Ashun. So once again, congrats on that victory.
Thank you.
And for yourself, what was your highlight or your turning point on the game?
Kotrik's turn, definitely. My kingdom is pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I didn't draw any damage card, basically. So Kotrik doesn't really need the damage card to deal damage. That's what's good about him.
Yeah.
Can clear minions from inside the dome on both lanes, and then also kill a hero.
Yeah.
With my kingdom.
We saw.
Otherwise, I was hoping to draw a Rampant Hatred to kill probably Ogozai or Akla, Or bot, probably bot.
Yeah, yeah.
But I didn't. I flipped them and lead them, so that was off for this turn.
I think now Taulot, without the limit of pillars, are very, very stronger. And Kotlik now with this one will shine definitely in the future of Taulot brothers. I'm proud of Ashun. And I think I already said Ashun that I for the qualifiers and the future tournaments I will return to the full Taulot gamble, and I think with the new cards Taulot players will be very happy.
They're just going to get stronger, especially instant speed pillars.
Yeah.
Spread it over the battlefield. So if we had our math correctly, you removed Ashun, you removed 7 pillars with Kotlik.
Yes.
And then had another the granite skin.
Yes, for 8+
it was,
skirmish.
Yeah, okay. I would have said 9+ because you had line of sight to a pillar.
Yeah,
but you played the smelt armor, right?
I did play smelt armor.
So you reduce it, yeah. So that's a crazy thing, yeah.
Without the smelt armor, it was a 10+ skirmish.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah, that was
very impressive.
Big one.
And only being possible because there is no maximum limitation of Taulot pillars now in the game.
Yes,
so
indeed.
That's really an interesting resume.
And for that, indeed, I have 3 disarmed, 3 rolling darkness. I only played 1. I was hoping. I was afraid about the big skirmish turn with Kotlik, and I prayed for Crawling Darkness, but sadly didn't come out, and he one-shots me the Akimo. So it was pretty brutal.
Okay. So, Kral, what would be your resume now for the game?
Well, I don't think any of us, to be fair, were expecting Ashun's Tlakali to just disappear on turn 1. That would have been quite brutal to have that happen on the first turn. And then definitely the Kotlik skirmish as well.
I could have saved there with a nourish, but I decided not to because that would make Akla attacker from out of the dome, probably. Or at least don't.
And at that point, I had another frenzy in my hand, so I think I would have killed there anyway, because I had the 2 Strange of the Pain in my hand. So you made the right choice there.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
I was hoping to flip Miraculous +3 on the skirmish, and at that point I would have had another action to lead and save and win that lane. But it was a gamble to gamble, so it didn't work out.
I think Smouse is still the only player that can flip a +3 on demand, so I wouldn't be worried about that.
I'm not that good for now.
It's alright, we'll get there. We just need to keep practicing and keep channeling our inner Smouse for +3s all day.
Yeah.
But not against minions, please.
No. And after this, I will return to my old full Taulot love.
Yeah, honor to the Green Horde.
Yeah, indeed.
And I think at the start I didn't mention the names of your decks, which I think are very nice. So Ashun is here with a green wall.
Yeah.
And King of Jokes has had his new league, New Hope deck. Thanks. So I missed that one out, but I had to.
Well, I am still in game for go to the second round, so I have another game, another hope. So to go to round 2.
So then I think we'll get to an end here with the stream. I assume.
Well,
okay.
Yeah. So best of luck to both of you next round.
Yeah.
Who knows? We might see one or both of you back for another match next round or in the finals.
We want to challenge the American guys and raise the Europe above all.
That's the way it should be. But yeah, so that's a wrap for today. But I hope you'll join us next week for the next European League game, and obviously keep your eyes peeled. There may be a stream game from America for the Summer League, and I believe there's also a 2v2 stream coming up as well in 2 days' time. So those announcements and times will obviously come through. So please feel free to join us for those as well.
Yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in. Have a nice evening or a nice morning wherever you are on this planet, and yeah, see you again soon.
See ya.
Bye.
Go download.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.